And folks, welcome back to another Poliwrath video. Today, let's talk a bit about the new Chuck and Poliwrath that just dropped in the game, right? This is another spotlight, so again, not so much in terms of you should pull for this unit, right? Because it's just going to be in the general pool in the future, right? So, but yeah, I mean, this unit is... It really looks like they designed this kit when, like, this guy first dropped in the game as an NPC back in... I don't even know when, 2022 or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of goofy. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's check it out, I guess. So in terms of some of the upsides it has, so it does have this like +6 accuracy dynamic punch. Obviously, dynamic punch is a really powerful move, BP wise, right? You got a guaranteed confusion on that as well, which is pretty good. And yeah, but like the only like big issue, it's because it's dynamic punch, right? So the accuracy is really low, but you do have a trainer move which gives you +6 accuracy, so that in most cases the accuracy shouldn't be an issue unless your opponent has just like +6 evasion or whatever. I mean, you do have acuity, so like if you're worried about a stage debuffing your accuracy, you can pick that up too, so that also helps with the accuracy issue. Right, so there's that. What else you got? You got some defense debuffs with Rock Smash, which is, you know, it's only 50% chance of debuffing the opponent's defense. But you also do have Defense Crush 9 over here, which, if you're running this unit, honestly, you probably would be using Rock Smash more often than you'd like. Yeah, and then you also have, you know, there's a few physical move up nexts, right? In your passive, you got a 50% chance of getting physical move up next every time, you know, the Pokemon uses a move, which is cool. And in terms of, like, I guess your offensive buffs, you get +4 over here. And you also have Crit Eye, right, which gives you +1 crit every time, you know, the move is successful. So you can at least max out your crit yourself. It's gonna take a few turns, but you know. So yeah, that's that, I guess. I think you're missing 2 physical attack buffs, which if I remember correctly, I don't think the kit has, right? Unfortunately, so yeah, there's that, I guess. So yeah, that's just some of the upsides. It does have like a sync thing, right? So you do have Interference Sync 9, which does give you, you know, solid striker sync, right? Especially when, you know, it's, you know, non-mega, the base power is pretty good, right? All that stuff. Do have some solid physical attack, all that. So it should have a pretty solid, like, again, AoE striker sync at the very least. As for some of the downsides, I mean, it's so slow. It is... If you look at the stats, right, like this is like the stats, the speed with like 6-star EX, level 150, and then sprint roll, which is like, you know, very unfortunate attempt at saving its just terrible speed, right? Like if you take it off, like instantly you drop to like 337. If you don't have them, you know, 150, that's 323, which is, that's me also picking up, you know, some extra speed nose on the grid. Like it's bad. Dynamic punch, again, 4 gauges, really low speed. Do you have some things in the grid and the kit that helps with the speed? I guess, right? You do have move gauge refresh 9 on dynamic punch, which you could pick up. There's another move gauge refresh 2 over here, right? There's catalyzing infliction, which you could pick up, even though you only have 1 MP on it, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do with that. There's rejuvenate 6, right? Fleet feet 2, but like just overall, like, oh boy, is the gauge is gonna be tough here. So yeah, that's yeah, and also like the setup isn't like that fast either, because again, like you need at least 3 turns to max out your crit for 1, and like your dynamic punch doesn't even get like the extra like confusion synergy boost until the second dynamic punch. You have to like throw one out first and make them confused before you could You know, get that extra 30% over here. Oh, no, no, it does have mad string, so it can max out its physical attack if you want, but, you know, I don't really think it's that worth it, but yeah, it's just a slow unit all around. Slow unit all around, right? It's tough. Again, especially if you look at, like, a lot of fighting types. The gauges are going to be tough, man. The gauges are going to be tough. So in terms of, like, lucky skills, grid and stuff, I mean, lucky skill-wise, maybe just get some, like, gauge stuff, like, you know, move, gauge, refresh. Maybe, obviously, you know, crit strike, you could still do that, superpower 3, all that if you want, just damage. But yeah, just gauge stuff for that, or, like, speedy entry. Speedy entry I don't think that's as good, just because, again, the base speed is pretty low, right? Unless you know, max it out, like EX roll, all that stuff. So that's a problem. That's a problem. So, in terms of grid-wise, there's nothing much to I think this one built over here already is pretty solid for the most part. Yeah, you get 2 sync move, power up nodes, you got interference sync 9, convenience energy 3, right? A move gauge refresh 9 on the dynamic punch. If you have, like, extra, you could maybe pick up this, right? Or this, depending on which one you need a bit more. If you don't have as much extra, you could maybe pick this up, right? So I guess that's some of the options. If you're not syncing, I guess you could have defense crush 9 here, right? Which is cool, and that, you know, gives you a bit more freedom to pick up some other, like, gauge stuff. Because again, like, this unit, it's so slow. Like, I don't think you're gonna be, like, dynamic punching every single turn unless you just run, like, a just insanely just, you know, just a speed gauge oriented team. Just help him keep it up, like, every single turn, right? So, like, you're gonna have to use Rock Smash some turns, right? So might as well just get that extra defense crush in while you're at it. So that's probably why, right? And same thing with Protect. There's gonna be turns where you just don't have enough gauges, so might as well throw one of these in, right? Get something out of it at least, right? Which is definitely gonna help your gauge issues. So stuff like that, right? In terms of, like, 2 out of 5, there's nothing much, right? Just pick up, like, as much, again, just, like, gauge stuff as you could. I guess mad strength if you don't have anything else to, like, max out his physical attack. So, like, maybe just something like this. All right. In terms of team comps, right? Again, it's a gauges issue. Right, it's a gauge issue, so you gotta, like, find units that could help with that at least. Like, team conquest again, like Cynthia maybe, right? Or Cynthia, right? Just get some move gauge acceleration, even though her base speed is pretty slow as well, right? What else you got? I believe she also has, where is it? Oh, maybe it's in the grid. You know, there's some acceleration while you're in the in fighting zone, which obviously she sets, right? There's sync free for all as well, right? Her main move is like its vacuum wave is just 1 gauge, so that could help. I guess. And Ray over here, he does actually have good base speed, right? And you know, gets +6 speed for himself, which could help. Got move gauge boost if you, like, have to. You're just out of options. Because hey, at least you know, at least you got something, right? You know, team free move next on your sync move, so hopefully this could help. Isn't his oh no, but yeah, like, even though he's, like, another, like, 4 gauge user, he also has speed buffs, right, for a team, but, like, his base speed is pretty slow. Yeah, so that's oh no, it's not team speed, it's just for himself. Yeah, he has speed buffs, but his base speed is just slow, right? I mean, this doesn't happen that frequently, unfortunately. Even, you know, would have been nice if he had, you know, something that lures his own, like, special attack or whatever. But, yeah, no, it doesn't really. And, you know, if you're not running, like, a full fighting team, obviously you can still throw in the classic, you know, big, physical supports in there, right? I'm not sure if Arc Suit Steven, even though he has, you know, the infinite free move next, that's gonna be that great, right? Like, definitely not stuff like Skarmory. Top Wooloo, what's Top Wooloo's base speed? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's rough out there, it's rough out there. Morty. I don't know, man, it's definitely, it's tough, it's not nice. I guess maybe something like Meloetta. Belelba isn't too bad, speed-wise, right? But, yeah, I mean, your options are kind of limited over here, unfortunately. I mean, this unit is just, it's slow. It is slow. What can you do? It's slow. It's not very fast. It's not very fast, unfortunately. Yeah. Overall, like, this unit, like, I just don't really... It doesn't fill any niche that's, like, really needed. This unit just doesn't... Oh, man, it doesn't really do much. It doesn't really do much, unfortunately, right? Like, how much do people need another slow, physical, fighting type damage healer, right? It's, yeah, I mean... There's better ones out there. Well, I mean, the better ones are also faster. But yeah, I mean, there's just better versions of, you know, this kind of unit. And yeah, like, again, like, there's not much of a niche. Like, he confuses, I guess, right? That's kind of it. Like, again, he debuffs defense, but like, there's better defense debuffers that are also physical fighting type units. It's just, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough unit. It's a tough unit. So, like, no, it's not like terrible in terms of, like, you know, oh man, this guy, like, you know, it doesn't do anything. Like, yeah, he should do some really, really good damage with those dynamic punches. At least definitely for, like, a spotlight unit, right? Those dynamic punches are gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt the opponent when they land, but and they will land, unlike a lot of other dynamic punches. But yeah, just yeah, it's victim of the speed issue. So, anyways, I mean, overall, again, the unit itself, like, this Chalk, the Talonflame, Malva, they're pretty tough, man. They're pretty tough spotlights, unfortunately, for, like, you know, supposedly, like, in this modern era, they don't seem all that modern, unfortunately. I guess at least Talonflame feels like, you know, you get like a sprint unit out of it. You also get a sprint unit out of Chuck if you EX roll him, but, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure with how scarce EX roll cakes are. Sprint ones that you should really be using it on Chuck, but yeah, I mean, obviously don't really recommend. There's a lot better banners up at the moment, right? Especially the Arc Suit fairs or whatever. I mean, the units at least, not the 5-iron scout point 1% unit featured rate. So, anyways, that's the video of this one. Hope you all jumping, guys. Link in the comments down below. Like and do the videos for now. Some more Poliwrath content. We'll be pulling for him later today, and hopefully, you know, hopefully he's not as slow as it seems on paper. If we actually, you know, when we actually try to use him. So, yeah, we'll see. That's why we're gonna pull him. We gotta see how it goes. All right. So good luck, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.